Man, if that isn't an introduction, I don't know what is, people. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? My name is Tim Black. Welcome to the Tim Black at Night Show. It's Monday. I don't know if you know that or not. It's Monday, and we got a lot of news to cover because you know how it is over the weekend. It tends to pile up, so I'm glad you guys could join me. Glad you're here. Check this out. Before we get started on what we're going to cover and then jump into the news, I want to go make sure that all our platforms are up and running right now and everybody can hear and see. So let's go out to, let's do Facebook this time. What up, Facebook? Make sure that you can hear me. Carrie, hey Carrie, how you doing? Brendan, Chris, Helen. Hello. Yeah. Ermin, can you hear me, Ermin? How you doing, Ermin? Hey, Steven, what's going on, guy? Hey, Tanya. Good to see you, Tanya. Amanda. What's up, Amanda? Bobby. Bob, can you hear me, Bob? I got some hearts going on, man. That's a good sign. Whenever the hearts start coming, that typically means people hear you loud and clear. Piling up the weekend. That's it, Bob. All right, so I'm thinking we're good on Facebook. Welcome back, Rose. Rose says she ain't been here for a while. Don't worry, Rose. Ain't much changed, right? A few new digs, right? But we the same. So welcome back. Now let me jump over to YouTube and make sure we're good to go. There goes YouTube. Up. Hey, what's up, Andy? How you doing, Andy? All right. Greetings from Chicago. Elliot, Jackie, or Jock Peterson. Hey, what's up, man? Elliot, Jock, Jason, Static, Shattuck, Amaz. Hey, you got my email? I replied to you. Hey, check your email. Anna, Keith Wagner, JJ's in the house, Fred's in the house. What's up, Fred? Truth Can't Be Silenced, my moderator in chief. Peter Griffin's in the house. Lazy Leftist. What's going on? Can you guys hear me well? They're on YouTube. Unknown Space Pioneer. And Bud Rowland. Michael Moore. Buck. Hey, it's Al. It's Ali. Hey, Ali. What's going on, man? Bartholomew. Matt Ides. Jonathan Schmidt and Craig. What's going on, guys? Lucy Z. Bikerman. Hey, man. All right, so if people couldn't hear, I think they would have told me because I think we're good. People tend to put that the first. They can't hear. They go, hey, man, what are you saying? We can't read lips, Tim Black. What are you saying, Tim Black? So I'm going to take it as a sign that we're good to go. And we're going to go ahead and rock the show. Please do me a favor, guys, and share this on your social media right now. Not only doing me a favor, but do these people a favor. Man, there's so much false narrative news out there. It's ridiculous, guys. Let people know that we got an alternative to the nonsense. Share this post wherever you are, whether you're on Facebook or whether you're on Twitter or wherever you frequent, okay? Just get the word out. Getting the word out. Thank you for sharing it, all those people who are sharing it. I'm going to give a big shout out to my friends out there who are members of the Wolfpack. What's up, Wolfpack? How y'all feeling? All right, guys. So look, I'm still collecting email addresses. Well, people are still sending me emails with their address to send them the bumper stickers, okay? Anybody who gives at least $5 a month, please send me your address so I can send you a bumper sticker because I'm trying to get back to you, okay? So we're going to have bumper sticker plus other stuff, okay? But bumper sticker is the main thing. I'm ordering other stuff to put in the bag because I want to show appreciation to people to keep me going. You guys are my backbone, Tim Black's Wolfpack. So whether you contribute on Patreon or YouTube or if you are now new on Facebook, because Facebook has its own way now, if you guys want to join the Tim Black Wolfpack, you can do that there too. So just send me an address at tim@timblacktv.com because I can't send it if you don't send me an address. It could be any address, P.O. Box or your cousin's house, I don't care. But I will send that out to you. Anybody who gives $5 or more, all right? because it's important. You guys are important to me. I appreciate you. All right. You guys ready for some news? I know I am, man. I'm chomping at the bit to get into what's going on around here. It's crazy. I'm chomping at the bit. Okay, so we're going to start with, well, no, let's not do a start first. Let me tell you what we got. Okay, make sure that you want to stick around. We're going to talk about Tusli Gabbard. She made an appearance on The View today. And we're going to talk about that. And I want you to know, first off, it was a little different than past appearances on The View. Yeah, a little bit different. We're going to talk about that. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. There's been a lot going on with the squad. Squad up. A lot going on with the squad. And recently there's been something in the news about a police officer. Guys, you don't want to miss this. I got to lay into this, okay? All right. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris, there's a piece that was done, MSNBC. They covered her. They got this thing where they meet with the candidates. We got a clip I want to share with you, plus some comments about Kamala Harris. You may not have seen or heard about that. Bernie Sanders has a very distinctive uphill battle. We're going to talk about it. We're going to break it down a little bit. Stay tuned for that. It's very important, especially for those people who have Bernie in their top one or two. Very important that you stay around for that. But we're going to start off tonight's coverage with an MSNBC panel. I don't even know if we can call this a panel, though, to keep it 100 with you. This is more like a bashathon. It's not really a political panel. You know, it's more like a meeting of the crucifix. It's like the crucifixion. It's like a pinata. A verbal pinata-thon on a major network. And what I mean by that, you will fully understand once I go into it. There is a level of backstabbery and dirty reporting on MSNBC that I think is the epitome of such. So we're going to start off with that. I got a clip for you. Here it is.
Sanders and Elizabeth Warren next to each other will really highlight, because for me, as you know, again, I'm not the political analyst here, but just as a woman, probably considered a somewhat moderate Democrat, Bernie Sanders makes my skin crawl, and I can't even identify for you what exactly it is, but I see him as sort of a not pro-woman candidate. And so having the two of them there, like, I don't understand young women who support him. And I'm hoping that having him next to her will help highlight that, because those are the people that if I were her, I would want to say, well, why are you supporting him and not me if you're going to choose between the two of us?
We'll leave it there. Come back in just a moment. Mike.
Interesting, very interesting. Now, guys, we back? Yeah, we back. Hey, guys, look, I wish I could have provided you even a better clip sound quality-wise. They look like I filmed that on an iPhone 2, but it ain't my fault, man. That's the only clip I could find. For some reason, MSNBC hasn't put that clip up on the website, up on the MSNBC website or the YouTubes. So this is one little crappy clip that we're lucky that somebody had the wherewithal to film it and put it on Twitter. So that's why the quality is doggy do, okay? So check this out, guys. The woman in the video who was saying that she can't stand Bernie Sanders, says Bernie Sanders makes her skin crawl. Her name is Mimi Rocha. Now, Mimi Rocha is a lawyer. She is a contributor of MSNBC. She is a New York district. She's something. You know what? What is Mimi? See, I'm blocked for Mimi. So I have a problem seeing exactly what her credentials are. She's got credentials. She is someone like a superintendent or of courts or something official in the state of New York. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. What she really is a bashing, the worst example of feminism of manipulation, feminism of degradation of a political candidate. Is very popular. The most popular Democratic candidate in the country, right? Highest favorability, even more favorable than Joe Biden, wrapping himself in the skin and the legacy of Obama. Still more favorable. Check the Gallup poll. Mimi says that Bernie Sanders makes her skin crawl. And for the life of her, she doesn't know why she feels that way. He just does. So basically, with this very accomplished woman, this official, professional woman, basically what she's saying is, Bernie, icky. Yeah, MSNBC has a panel of supposed pundits and political analysts, and the best she could come up with is Bernie stinky. No, because stinky would be actual reason. She said something about him that makes her skin crawl. So creepy would probably be the better term. Just think about how vacuous that is. You know, how suspect it is, how leery that makes you as a viewer. Like, oh, for real? That's what we're doing? We bringing people out on stage. We bringing people out on panels. We're lending them our platform for them to call politicians creepy for general reasons. I don't know. Well, it is MSNBC. Mostly sewage. Notably by the Clintons. So anyway, this is like a horrendous tweet, man, because, well, this is a horrendous lady, all right? This is a horrendous display. This is unfair on all types of levels. If you're going to be on national TV and you're going to bash a candidate and you're going to say that you can't stand them and you think that they are anti-woman, shouldn't you have to have a reason for that? And shouldn't somebody on that panel be like, yo, whoa, that's a pretty heavy charge to level at someone. What are you basing this on? Like, give us something. Nah, they just went to commercial. And notice Zelina Maxwell just sat there just... if I could read her mind, and I'm not going to suggest that I can, but for some reason it felt like Zelina was saying, just like I told you, girl, you're doing good. That's exactly what I wanted you to do. Perfect. Be empty in your disdain for Bernie. Don't be specific, because then you'll be like me. You'll be, bombarded on Twitter. Because then you could be refuted very easily if you're very specific. So be vague. Vague works. Horrible. So you know me, man. It's one of the most, I would say, look, I'm not here to brag, man. I'm a small, humble guy, but I get after it, right? I call things out. That's what my brand is. We got the Speak On It group. Thank you, Joy, for taking over the Speak Over group. Speak On It group on Facebook. I speak on it. I don't pull punches. I call it like I see it. So I'm one of the most outspoken proponents of Bernie Sanders' campaign. And I had to call out Mimi Rocha. I called her out and I said something to her. I told her, what did I say? I said, I don't know what it is about Mimi Rocha. She just makes my skin crawl. Something about her is just anti-black. Hey, look, she didn't have any basis for her answer for saying Bernie was anti-woman, so I said she was anti-black. For some reason, she didn't like that, so she blocked me. Now, I will admit my tweet did get maybe 1,400 likes and, several hundred retweets. I guess I kind of forced her. But see, it was her who did it. It was her who made me do that. So what it is Mimi Rocha likes to dish out negative, bashing criticism based on nothing, but she can't take criticism. And she can't take a response. Look, I want all of these types to be put on notice. All of you talking heads, all of you pundits, all of you Hillary supporters who won't let it go, all of you hateful corporatists who are riding the political machine, who are only there to uplift the corporations, who have a visceral negative response to Bernie Sanders, and who spew hatred, who don't even have facts, who are just bashing him and bashing Tulsi Gabbard as well. If you're going to go on national TV and you're going to do this stuff, the least you could do is have a backbone when it's time for us to respond. At least you could do is expect a backlash, expect pushback. All right? These people think that they can go willy-nilly on the cable news and say the most horrendous things, bring up things from Tulsi when she was a teenager. We push back, they run and hide, and then they feign as if they're being attacked. They bring up garbage about Bernie, don't even have anything specific. They say that Bernie is anti-woman, but back in, I think it was the 90s, Gloria Steinem, very popular feminist, came to Vermont, made Bernie an honorary woman because his policies are very much pro-woman, totally refuting everything that Mimi Rocha said. Look, if you're going to come out here and you're going to bash our leaders, you're going to bash our progressive candidates, you better have evidence. And you should, if you're honorable at all, you should be willing to have that conversation. Be willing to bring us on, Joy Reid. Be willing to bring us on. Be willing to have a conversation. If you can shoot, you should be able to take a shot. If you can punch, you should be able to take a punch. But we got Mimi, glass jaw Mimi. As soon as I cocked my arm back, she was on the deck. I'm like, I thought you were a fighter. You were just beating up on Bernie. Glass jaw. Throw a rock and hide her hands. That's so petty. Where I come from, that is coward. You a coward. You couldn't hold your head up in the hood, man. You'd have to move, is what I'm trying to tell you. You'd have to have your mama drive you to the bus stop, or drive you to school every day. Go and hit somebody and run. Sucker punch us and run down the corner. Then claim victim. I'm taking a break. You should take several breaks. Yeah, that's what you put on Twitter. I'm taking a break from Twitter. Yeah, I'm sure you are. You just see the ratio you've been getting? You've been ratioed to death. All right, guys, so enough of that. That's enough. Let's get down to it. Now, the issue that she tried to float was Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren, in her eyes, are the same. And, folks, we need to start refuting this because they're not the same. First of all, they're not the same people. Okay? They're not the same people at all. One's Bernie, one's Elizabeth Warren. So they can't be the same because they're not the same. They don't have the same life experiences. They don't have the same track records. They don't have the same policies. They're not the same. Okay? They're different individuals. But Mimi and some others want you to believe that you might as well just flip a coin and choose either one because they're both progressive. Well, see, here goes one big difference. Bernie Sanders is a staunch, serious, principled advocate for Medicare for all. So if you are a person who believes that Medicare for all, single-payer coverage, universal coverage under single-payer system, Medicare for all being one of the vehicles to that, if you believe in that, if that's what you want, do you want somebody who has been like, we need Medicare for all? We got to have Medicare for all. We must fight for Medicare. If you want that person, or you want the person that said, Medicare for all, kind of. That sounds a good idea. But we could do other things. Hey, hold on. Are you mad at me? Oh, we could do other things. But I thought you said Medicare for all. Oh, but I am. I do support it. In theory, I support. I mean, in theory, I support. What? Yes. Yeah. Darn it. How are they responding to my Medicare for all claim? Okay. Oh, they don't like it? They don't like me doing it, or do they want me to do it? Well, get them on the phone. Gee, Willikers. Snickerdoodles. Butter my biscuits and get it on the phone and gee willies, gee whiz. They didn't tell me what to be. I don't know. So look, the point is, you like my Elizabeth Warren impression? The point is, if you really want Medicare for all, maybe you should get the candidate that really wants to fight for it. That's all I'm saying. Not the person that's like, maybe today, not tomorrow. I don't know. Other things that are very different about Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders are Bernie Sanders was an activist, a civil rights activist, and a union activist. Okay? That's where he started. Elizabeth Warren is an academic. Likes books. I like books too. But there's a difference in the person. The person that's in the streets, the person that's organizing, trying to build unions, trying to fight for workers, and a person who was at a law school. Law, legal, a professor. These are different people. One has a track record and it's in their DNA to fight. One, books, words, stuff. Okay? I'm not saying either are bad. I think we need both on the team. Both types of people, both types of personalities. You get what I'm saying? But let's not act like there's no difference between a person who was an activist chaining themselves to a black girl to fight segregation and housing, and somebody who was in school just like reading papers. And there's a difference between someone who was, coming in on the tail end of the socialist movement back in the 70s and somebody who was a Republican up until 1995. I'm just saying there are differences in these individuals. Bernie Sanders believes the system needs to be revamped, destroyed, rebuilt. That's why he talks about a revolution. Hence, in contrast, you never hear Elizabeth Warren talk about a revolution. What she talks about is we need to change some of the rules. We need to change some of the rules of the game. But the game's a good game. That's a difference, guys. It's not the same thing. They want you to think it's the same thing. Also, what I think is even more important, Bernie Sanders is, if you believe that Elizabeth Warren is with you on a lot of the issues and she wants to go up against the big money interest and she wants to tackle the billionaire and the millionaire class, where all resources seem, all money and wealth goes to the top while we fight for crumbs. If you believe Elizabeth Warren wants to tackle that and she wants to destroy that system, why is it that those people that run that system don't have a problem with Elizabeth Warren? And why is it that those people that run that system do have a problem with Bernie Sanders? I think this is a very real reason why there's why Bernie's perception of Bernie is so negative for those people. Those people can't stand Bernie Sanders. And and it's not just the millionaires and billionaires. It's people like Neera Tanden, Maddie Glacier, John Podesta. They like Elizabeth Warren. They've said good things about Elizabeth Warren. Has Neera Tanden and John Podesta and Maddie Glacier ever said anything nice about Bernie Sanders? Maybe at his funeral they would. But that's about it. Listen, folks, this whole narrative, it's not just about Mimi Rocha. Forget her. She's nobody. She's a sad commentator. She should not be on your airwaves. It's because she's pushing the agenda they want her to push. That's why she's there, frankly. But it's bigger than her. It's about all of these pundits, all of these paid spokesmodels. Yeah, I'm not even going to call them pundits anymore. They are paid spokesmodels. They are cheerleaders for the corporate class. They don't mean that's any good. They're just trying to keep their money coming in. I'm here to tell you, based on the evidence I've just presented to you, you can go look it up. Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders are not the same thing. So when people, so ladies particularly, because Mimi Rocha was talking to the ladies, okay? I may be just a dumb old black guy, I got no right to tell you what to do with your vote. I just want you to consider that Bernie has a track record of fighting for women's rights. But at the end of the day, he's fighting for all our rights. And he's willing to take on a system that marginalizes me and marginalizes you and marginalizes all of us. And he don't just want to trim around the edges. That's why he talks about bringing out people from all walks of life to unite as one to go against the system. Elizabeth Warren doesn't talk that way because that's not what she believes. It's not just that they have a different style, it's that they have a different agenda. Bernie's agenda is a revolution. If you think this system is garbage, it needs to be rebuilt, it needs to be restructured, that should be, I would strongly suggest you check it out. Because Elizabeth Warren does not want that. She's never spoken that way. The words revolution has never come forth from her mouth. And there's a reason for it. If you really believe that America only needs a shape-up on around their edges, I don't think you've been paying attention. All right. Next. Story number 2. I could have stayed there another 10 minutes. I don't want to. I think we said it, okay? Become a member of the 10 Black Wolf Pack because we got facts. In fact, sprinkle some facts on them is one of our taglines. We sprinkle facts. We don't just say things. We don't just, well, I don't know why I feel this way. I just feel this way. Number 2. All right, so Kamala Harris, we know there's been a lot of smoke. She wants all the smoke. She had a lot of, energy when it came to beating up on Joe Biden. And some say that the bump that she really, truly, is going to sustain from that running with Joe Biden is not going to be actually sustainable. That is actually just a blip, and it's not going to carry her much further. But one thing's for certain, it did give her a lot of publicity, and I think that was the reason why she did it. Well, Kamala Harris was just recently on this segment they're doing on MSNBC. They sat down and talked to her. Most of it was stuff we don't care about. But some of it got into policy, and it's possible you didn't see this clip, so I'm going to share it with you, and then we'll talk about it. Kamala Harris on MSNBC.
Diet.
I like vegetables, I like to, eat with a knife and fork whenever I can.
Good.
And I say that because these days campaigning, I am often eating in the car, ripping open boxes and, something that can be eaten with one hand.
Yes. Exercise.
Plenty.
Coffee or tea?
Tea and coffee.
Yeah. Beer, wine, or bourbon?
Wine.
Your favorite treat if you want to indulge?
Doritos, nachos.
Oh, okay. Your favorite way to relax?
With my family, Sunday family dinner, yeah.
Can you tell me in your own words what is the importance of family to you?
Oh, family is everything to me, truly. It is about the people that you love. It's about the people you take care of. It's about the people with whom you laugh and you cry. It's the people who are on the journey with you.
Let's talk about your vision for health care for the country.
Let's not engage in a fiction that we aren't supplying health care to everybody, because we are. In the emergency room, a not uncommon story of any parent whose child has a temperature that is out of control in the middle of the night. And they call 911 or they call their pediatrician. What am I going to do? Go to the emergency room. So they get in there. Which is the right thing to say. Which is the right thing to say. But here's the thing. Knowing if they walk through those sliding glass doors, they will be out of pocket $5,000. They have insurance, but the deductible is such that it could bankrupt that family. That is not an adequate health care system in America. It's not. And so that's why I propose that we, as our goal, have Medicare for all.
All right, Dr. Dave, candidate checkup with Kamala Harris.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day.
Yeah. We back? All right. Oh, so Kamala Harris, you know they do the thing where they try to humanize the candidates for us. They want us to see them as just regular people. They're just regular individuals. I was a little thrown, though, because when they asked her, what is a treat? What is like a guilty pleasure? Kamala Harris said Doritos. Nacho cheese Doritos. I thought she was going to say weed. Yeah, isn't that what she said on the Breakfast Club? Ganja. Sticky icky. Oh, she's not talking to the blacks this time. Yeah, when she was talking to the blacks with Charlemagne, it was, I remember when I was hitting it with my peoples, man. I never learned how to roll, but the brothers I roll with know how to roll. Shout out to Dominique. Yeah, see, when she was on the Breakfast Club, she said she smoked weed in college, and she had, she inhaled. That's what you're smoking for, and I just thought that would be like a guilty pleasure, not some damn burritos. Well, maybe. Let me backtrack. Maybe you do the Doritos after you did the. Oh, okay. So anyway, all in all, just fluffy, feel good piece, make you like her, whatever. And Kamala Harris is a good talker. She's a good communicator. She can express herself. I get a little tired of hearing the same stories about the hospital and the doors and the ear infection or whatever in the middle of the night and the $5,000 doctor visit for an ear infection. Jesus Christ, you need to get some rubbing alcohol, put that in the tub, break the fever, whatever. I'm not giving medical advice. I'm just saying, 5,000. But anyway, I get tired of hearing these stories, but I know this is what they have to do, make you think they care about people more than they care about corporations or donors. Here's the thing, guys. If you weren't really paying close attention to Kamala's responses or her talk about Medicare for All, then you would have missed the most important part of everything that she said in that clip about Medicare for All. Not about the story. It wasn't about the story. It was after the story. She said Medicare for all should be the goal. See, you got to pay attention because the career politician is a very stealthy creature. Yes, the career politician. So careers politicianus, from the Latin word creepy predator. You got to really pay attention because they have a knack for sliding in words, and if you don't pay attention, you will miss them. Yeah, see, we need somebody with more than just a goal. See, my goal was to clean up this whole house, right? But I only got to the bathroom because I ended up having another goal, and that goal was to drink a bottle of wine. See, goals... We don't want Medicare for all to be the goal. Medicare for all has to be the mission. See what I'm saying? Look, dog. Look, let's make it simple. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. My car broke down. I need a ride. I am stuck. I am somewhere I don't need to be. I have no way home, but my phone is working. I call you and I say, brother, come get me. Come get me, my brother. And you say, I got you. I said, all right, here, this is where you come get me, my brother. Come pick me up. People looking at me like I'm food around here. They're going to rob me. Shouldn't be around here by myself. Come get me. I'm scared. And you say, you give me the old reassuring, I'll be there. My goal is to pick you up. How secure am I going to feel when I hang the phone up, man? Your goal is to pick me up. No. Don't make it your goal. Make it the thing you're going to do. Because I'm here. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm in a neighborhood by myself. I'm people looking at me. I hate to admit it, but I'm scared. And I don't have any money for a ride. Come get me. Don't tell me your goal is to come get your boy. Don't tell me your goal is to come get your brother Tim Black. Tell me your mission. Tell me you are coming to get Tim Black. And see, that's the way we want her to talk about Medicare for all. But what I love about Kamala Harris in this particular clip is that she tells you who she is, man. Like, if you don't want to see it, hey, man, she's telling you it should be our goal. See, somewhere within the soul that is hardened, scabbed over and crusted over with the weight and the shame of incarceration after incarceration of poor individuals just because they lack good representation in this great state of California, the treatment of the youth detention centers, all of the undocumented people, the teenagers that she had sent over to ICE in the 2000s. Yeah, that's what she did. Whenever somebody was picked up who may be undocumented, she had them go directly to ICE, whether they were convicted of anything. Hell, they weren't even charged with anything yet. Just to pick them up, take them to ICE first, then take them to the station. Like, that was her modus operandi. So that heart, even though it may be hard and crusted over, she's still, for those who pay attention, she's telling you the truth. She's telling you Medicare for all is great. We really need it. We should not accept anything else. It should be our goal. And I think it's true that if she were to be the nominee and if she were to defeat Donald Trump, that goal would get walked back. And she would have no problems coming out saying, guys, let's be really, really, really clear. Our goal was Medicare for all. But we don't have to walk away with nothing. Let's just get a public option. It's not good enough. That's not what we want. We want Medicare for all. Right? All right. Next story. All right, so Tulsi Gabbard, she's been on this show before, The View. She was on The View today. It was great. All right? Great they had her back. Great opportunity for her. Now, the first time that Tulsi Gabbard went on The View, not so great. Not so great, guys. Contentious. A lot of smearing going on for Meghan McCain, okay? Well, not really a great opportunity, but it was good to show that Tulsi Gabbard could, but some people maybe not have saw her before. I mean, the View gets a lot of viewership, guys. They were able to see that she could deal with a confrontational host that's being unfair, and she handled it with class and dignity, and was great in its own way. But this, but this time things were a little bit different. I have a clip of Tulsi Gabbard on The View. I don't have the whole clip. If you want to see the whole clip, go to The View on YouTube. She was there for about 20 minutes. It's really cool. Check out this clip that I do have. Think it's important, and then we'll talk about it.
The lineup for the next Democratic debate was just announced, and this time you're going to be. Congresswoman, the lineup for the next Democratic debate was just announced, and this time you're going to be on stage with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. You called her attack on Biden a political ploy. I pressed her on this when she was on the show a few weeks ago. I want to know, do you expect more confrontations this time around? And will you call it for what it is like you did last time?
I will continue to call it for what it is. I think that voters across this country deserve to see the contrasting positions that we have amongst our candidates in the Democratic primary. Attacks just for the sake, personal attacks just for the sake of trying to push yourself forward in the campaign, I think are underhanded.
What you think, Kamala did?
I do. I mean, really, when it came out, her position was the same as what Biden is saying his position is. But the thing that I'm looking forward to doing at the debates, and it's an important platform to have this opportunity in front of millions of people, is really to talk about some of the things we discussed today about the most important responsibility the president has as commander-in-chief. And the experience that I bring, both as a soldier for over 16 years, deploying twice to the Middle East, serving in Congress almost 7 years on foreign affairs, armed services, homeland security committees. I have more experience in this area that prepare me to do that job of commander-in-chief on day one than the vast majority of candidates combined. And this worries me at a deeply personal level because as a soldier, we've seen the consequence of having a president who has no experience in foreign policy, doesn't know what the consequences of the decisions that he or she will be making.
Well, talking about that, you weren't a participant in the debate the night that every Democrat on stage raised their hands for giving all undocumented immigrants health care. Do you support that?
I think it's the wrong question to ask.
What is the right question?
The right question to ask is how we change our immigration policy so that we don't have millions of people who are living in the shadows who are undocumented. We have to make it so that, A, there is a path to legal residency or citizenship for those who are currently here so they can come out from the shadows. They're not dealing with this uncertainty that they have now, and that we actually reform this broken immigration system that really has not yet been reformed for purely political reasons. Make it so that there is an easier avenue for those who want to visit here or
could one say that
residency.
These undocumented immigrants are getting health care by going to emergency rooms anyway?
And that's driving up the cost of care.
So that's the thing that needs to be corrected.
It does need to be corrected, but again, I think it's important for us to stop reacting to the crisis of the moment, and we have to deal with these deeper-seated issues, otherwise they will never, ever be solved.
Very quickly, do you support decriminalizing border crossings?
That's something that I'm looking at. Now, I want to just make a brief comment on that because
20 seconds.
Decriminalizing could lead to open borders. Okay. We need safe, secure borders in this country.
Thank you for your
and
service.
We need to
Only
reform
combat
our laws.
veteran running for president.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Wow. That was different. That was different. Not exactly the cold, ice, frigid welcome that she had the first time she came on there. It's almost congenial. Megan was almost, dare I say, bubbly. All right, listen, guys. Tulsi Gabbard, look, guys, I want to make sure people understand what was said here, right? Tulsi Gabbard basically is putting Kamala Harris on notice that come the next time, the Democratic debate, she gonna call you out. Yeah. You better come ready, Kamala, because I will call it out again. Tulsi Gabbard didn't blink nor flinch. Well, Tim, she is a soldier. And not in that Pete Buttigieg way either. You know, you're talking about several deployment soldier. I saw somebody say, well, because, on the video they said, well, this is our first combat vet. Combat vet. And somebody was like, well, Pete Buttigieg's a vet. Yeah, it's like 2 seconds. Come on, man. Tulsi, how long was she in for, like 15, 16 years? Something like that? Isn't that like, come on, man. Pete was there like in summer school, I'm just saying, you really can't. I think even if you ask, in all fairness, even if you ask Peter Buttigieg, Tulsi's she's showing her gravitas. She's like, look, I have more foreign, more military experience than all of the other, candidates combined. I think that includes Pete. So, yeah. So I think it's very interesting. Back to Kamala and this whole thing real quick. Guys, I've been looking. Look, I'm not going to run from it, guys. I told you I didn't like Tulsi Gabbard calling out Kamala. I felt that anything between Kamala and Joe Biden, let that be. I feel that Joe Biden's, he has a track record of horrible policies that he championed for in the 90s that he should have to deal with. And I don't know. I didn't understand why Tulsi Gabbard felt it was important for her to jump in and punch at Kamala over the busing issue. When I listened to the rhetoric that Joe Biden spewed back when he was working with segregationists in order to continue segregation in our schools, he wasn't talking about helping make black kids' schools better. Yeah, a lot of people didn't like busing, but Joe Biden's reason wasn't like, hey, we don't like busing, but we need to help these black schools be better schools. We need to end redlining. We need to end the housing crisis, the housing discrimination that puts black people in these clusters that are poverty-stricken clusters where they don't have the money because the taxes are based on what makes schools better. So not to make this long drawn out, I just did not see why Tulsi Gabbard felt it was necessary to jump in there on Joe Biden. But now I think I see why. And once again, this is just me paying attention to it, me having an opinion. In my opinion, I think that Tulsi Gabbard has her eyes set on knocking Kamala Harris down a bit. And just like Joe Biden, who has a track record that deserves a lot of scrutiny and some questions, so does Kamala Harris. So I'm looking forward to Tulsi Gabbard forcing the issue. Now, she says she doesn't want it to be about bringing up things that just knock candidates. It has to be substantive. I think it is substantive when we bring up what people have done. That's substantive. What are we supposed to bring up? Things they haven't done? We have to look back at their track records. We can't look at what they haven't done and go, well, let's judge them on that. No, we got to judge people on what they've done. We got to judge people on what they've said and what they've done. And I don't know if that's a personal attack or not, but we'll see. The pathway to citizenship, I'm feeling it. I'm not one of those people that think that deportation of undocumented immigrants is going to solve all the problems to the black community, though I'm a very strong proponent for improving things in the black community. I'm outspoken on that. I'm a black man with a black wife, with black kids, with black parents, who lived in black neighborhoods, who still lives in a black but sort of diverse, but still mostly black community right now to this day. I'm speaking to you from that. I'm not one of these people that claim another identity. This is who I am. This is what I bring to the table. It's part of what makes me who I am. That being said, I'm not one of those people that believe that we need to just get rid of all these undocumented people and that's going to make life better. Because under Obama, there were more deportations than there are now. And look where we are. Look where we were, look where we are. It did not help us when Obama was rounding up thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of undocumented people and sending them away. Those employers still had no intention on raising us, the federal government still had no legislation to help raise black people up from the bottom. You get what I'm saying? I think they're separate issues. And I don't like when people feed on that. All it does is further divide us. I don't come to that conclusion willy-nilly. The data's there. Under Obama, the last 8 years, there were mass deportations. Did black people benefit from that? If not, then why do you think they're going to benefit from it now? It's just something Trump and the Republicans and certain people are selling to you. Now, the question about will you decriminalize border crossing, illegal border crossing? And she said, as in no jail time for it. And Sonny asked that question, and it appears that Tulsi Gabbard, she said, I don't want to, let me speak to that. And then she kind of started elaborating. She didn't really have enough time to flesh that out. We do realize the decriminalization of illegal border crossing is why we have children in cages, right? We have family separation because of the decriminalization of border crossing. If you criminalize it, you make it a criminal act instead of a civil act, then you're going to have families separated because families don't typically go to jail together. Like, we don't have jails built for families, do we? So I'm kind of missing. Maybe something I'm missing here. Isn't part of the reason we have family separation that we have criminalized illegal border crossing? That the Trump administration has treated anyone who enters the country without going through the proper channels as a criminal. So that's a law broken immediately. And if you do that, then the parents have to go to jail, right? Isn't that the problem? So maybe I need to maybe that'll be something I ask Tulsi Gabbard when we had that conversation, that interview we talked about having. Now, people are waiting on it. Yeah. So anyway, all in all, look, guys. Hey, look, it's possible that Tulsi Gabbard has a strategy, for what she's doing with Kamala Harris. I hope it is to call out Kamala Harris. I have no qualms of Kamala Harris being called on the carpet for her policies and for what she's done the last 20 years. I feel the same way about Joe Biden too. So, yeah. Good show. Oh, and Meghan McCain. Oh, wait for you to kind of switch things up and yeah. And guys, I'm a little concerned here with Meghan McCain being nice to Tulsi Gabbard all of a sudden. I don't know what this is. What's going on? All right. Anyway, good job, Tulsi Gabbard. Once again, good job. I don't agree with everything that was said here, but maybe there needs to be more time. And obviously, that last question, 20 seconds isn't enough time to bring in nuance about how you feel about it and also to explain. So you don't always have to agree with somebody, but you have to understand their thought process and why they feel the way they feel. And I don't think she was given enough time. I don't think that question should have been asked when you only got 20 seconds left. Not if you want a meaningful conversation. But let's keep it 100. If you want a meaningful conversation, you wouldn't be on The View. I mean, if The View wanted meaningful conversations, they probably wouldn't be in existence because that's not what The View's about, and that's not what gives them ratings. They want sound bites that destroy or uplift and that titillate the masses, not an in-depth analysis dialogue that's actually helpful in forming an opinion about these political candidates. All right. This is where I remind you that this show is brought to you by you, and you are very good stewards of it. I want to thank everybody who's my Patreon, who supports this show, who help keeps it going and rolling and live streaming on these multiple platforms. We do our best to try to get the word out. I want to thank you for being a part of it. Join us at patreon.com, Tim's Take Live, or join me on Facebook or join me on YouTube. There's a button you can click where you can become a subscriber, a paid subscriber, $5 a month. You're going to get exclusive content that everyone else doesn't get. You're going to get all the links to all of the full shows, including Freedom Friday, very popular show we do. Last Freedom Friday was 3 hours long, and you're going to get access to that and much more, and more freebies, more giveaways, more cool swag stuff, more Wolfpack gear, and not only that, you become a member of the Tim Black Wolfpack community, which I think is pretty special because we are real people that care about each other, we know each other, and we care about each other. So become a part of that. Speaking of community, there's a community of female congresswomen, freshman congresswomen, who have become lightning rods for progressive action and lightning rods for calling out Donald Trump and calling out bad policies, and also even disagreeing with their own political party when they feel it's necessary. Yes, I'm talking about Ayanna Pressley, Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Now, recently, Donald Trump, he called them out. But he didn't just call them out, he slammed them, he labeled them vile things. He said that they didn't love America. He questioned their patriotism because they dare to say America ain't great, which is what he ran on, by the way. But he can say America ain't great. If these four women of various colors of brown hue over here, if they say America ain't great, well, they hate America. They are hateful people who should not be in America. And then this whole thing about go back and fix your own country when 3 of the 4 women he was talking to were born in this country. So either Donald Trump is a complete idiot because he doesn't even know that the 3 of the 4 people he's talking about don't have another country to go back to because their country is America, which is very similar to all these people giving Donald Trump all this leeway. Oh, he didn't mean anything. How is it racist to tell people to go back? They're from America. They're from America. That's why it's racist to tell them to go back to another country. You're only saying it because they're brown. You cockroach. Donald Trump has been upset with many white people. I've yet to hear him tell them to get out the country, go back to your own country. I've never heard him say that to, why did he think Kathy Griffin was from another country? I wonder why he never told Kathy Griffin, who did a caricature of him with his head cut off. He had to dislike it. He had to think, oh, what a vile, disgusting human being. Oh, how disgusting. Why didn't he tell her to go back to her country? So anyway, this people you're never going to convince. But don't write me stupid crap about how, well, Tim, I'm disappointed in you because those aren't his very words. He didn't say go back to your country. He said go back and fix your country. Oh, he didn't mean to go back to the country. He just wants you to go fix it. When you have to go back to it to fix it? Why are you trying to twist word? Just admit you don't care what he does, what he says. You actually think that Donald Trump is a victim. Just admit it. Just say it. Most powerful person in the world, you actually think they're a victim. He's a victim. Well, anyway, just to show you how, what can happen when you have the most powerful person in the universe from the bully pulpit of that most powerful person, throwing daggers and throwing shade and calling people unpatriotic, just to show you how dangerous that is. Check this out. Here's a tweet sent by a cop. Yeah, law enforcement officer. This is his tweet. He says, "This vile idiot needs a round." And I don't mean the kind she used to serve. Man, I wonder what kind of round this police officer's talking about. Charlie Rispoli. What kind of round are you saying that the congresswoman should get? A round of drinks? You said it ain't a round of drinks. What kind of round are we talking about, Charlie? Officer Rispoli? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. This is from the Washington Post. It says, it was not clear from his Facebook post whether police officer Charlie Rispoli knew he was responding to a fake news when he suggested Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez should be shot. Yeah, see, there was a Officer Rispoli, which is obviously an idiot. Obviously. Read an article from a satirical website that said cops should be paid less. And of course, Rispoli, very rational man who's given a badge and a gun and the authority to take life if need be, if he feels afraid. I wasn't scared. Well, when he said that, he was saying it based on that article, the satirical article from, we'll get to that. You know, the squad has become frequent targets of Donald Trump. We know that. But see, this is what happens when you have people who just are unhinged. You know, and it just goes to show you how dangerous it really is. This guy saying she should be killed. I wonder where that attitude came from. Why do you feel that she should be shot? Of course, it was a joke, right? You all the time just walk around saying people should be shot in jest. Just kidding, man. Some things you should not joke about, and if you do joke about them, maybe you should not be allowed to be a police officer anymore. Maybe you should be allowed to carry a gun and a badge anymore. Even though I think his commander said, we don't take it seriously, it's okay. He's just kidding around. He's just kidding around when he said a congressperson should be shot. Police officers nationwide have faced waves of scrutiny following an investigation of social media posts. 3,500 current and former police officers published by the nonprofit Plain View Project. In Philadelphia alone, 72 officers were pulled from street duty. The department plans to fire 13 of them for violent, racist, and homophobic posts. I'm saying maybe Rispoli need to be along that group, in that right there. Shove him right there in the middle of that 13. Make it 14. But back to the satirical site. Check this out, guys. This is the site. It's called TatersGonTate.com. Yeah, that's what pissed off the officers. The article that was here on TatersGonTate.com. This is a satirical site. There's a lot of Ocasio stuff on this site. They really like Ocasio. Ocasio-Cortez must be really good for viewership. I saw Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib as well. Wow. So if you go to the About Us, it says right there, satire. A subsidiary of the America's Last Line of Defense network of parody satire and tomfoolery, or as Snopes calls it, junk news. Before you complain about and decide satire is synonymous with comedy, satire, the use of humor, irony, exaggeration, and ridicule to expose and criticize people's stupidity or vices, particularly in the context of contemporary politics and other topical features. Yeah, they need to fire that police officer. I know I wouldn't want him patrolling my neighborhood. And I think that we need to up the security for congresswomen. Congresspeople. Men want to live too. Because it's obvious that we live in a climate that is unsafe, particularly that when we have the President of the United States on a routine basis going after individuals. It's not good. I know a lot of goofballs are going to defend it. That's because they want their money to be right. But I would be saying that regardless who would do it, whether it was Obama or Bush or Reagan or Clinton, anybody. But of course, neither Reagan or Bush or Obama or Clinton would be dumb enough or brazen enough or not give a friggin' flying filth enough to attack private citizens or attack, even in this case, federal, public citizens from the most powerful office in the land. All right. My last story tonight is about Bernie Sanders and Biden. And it's about the uphill battle that awaits Bernie Sanders. And we need to always be aware of what we're dealing with when it comes to this campaign that's coming up here. I want everybody to be aware of how much we're going to have to dig down deep to make this happen. I don't want anybody to believe that a revolution is going to come easy. I want you to know it's going to take a fight on our part. The only revolutions that are easy are revolutions that never happen. If we want to change the system, it's going to take all of us collectively coming together to try to make that thing a reality. Because we are really up against the system. And we're up against people and false narratives. Now, there was a clip from an MSNBC show. Velshi and God, I can't remember the name of it, but you're about to see it. I want to share this clip with you because it points out something that definitely we're going to have to tackle as we go into 2020. You guys ready? Here it is.
Basil, Joe Biden is going to be at the convention. We know what a massive lead he has among African-American voters. Do you see that support going anywhere?
Not anytime soon. You know, he did very well after the last debate with the Kamala Harris dust-up because he started to own more of his relationship with Barack Obama. That helps a lot because that's why a lot of African-American voters are with him and will stay with him for quite some time. He's in front. He will be in front at the NAACP conference, a group of, we talked about it in our earlier segment, educated voters, very educated voters and activists. So I want him and other candidates to lay into some more policy, particularly after an article last week that black home ownership is at the lowest level it's ever been in this country. And so I do think some policy is going to be really important. But for Joe Biden, he's really got to lean in to that relationship with Barack Obama as a chief defender of the president's when he was being attacked racially and otherwise. And, you know, I also think with respect to Bernie Sanders, for example, who's polling at 1 or 2 underneath him, the party, one of the reasons that African Americans aren't as supportive of Bernie Sanders is because his attacks against the Democratic Party. Remember, the party for a long time has been a source of political economic justice for African Americans. It's the party of Shirley Chisholm, of Ron Brown, of Barack Obama. And so if you're going to attack the party, you're essentially attacking them.
But if black home ownership is at a low, and that's what Joe Biden should focus on, can't voters say, well, that didn't happen yesterday or in the last 2 years? And if we're going back to the party of Barack Obama, wouldn't those same voters say, but it wasn't working out for me 3-4 years ago?
And that's why I would also add that we've been spending a lot of time talking about white working class and some of these other constituencies. What I think Democrats should focus on are all those voters that didn't come out in 2016. A lot of them are African American voters for exactly that reason, that they feel that the party has not done enough to attack some of these issues. And I talked about a wedge issue before. When I talk to older African American voters, they have concerns about immigration, because in part they feel that the party's move in that direction takes away from their stature in this country. Their move, absolutely right. And so there are concerns there that I think the party should address. That is going to come up. Even if it's not on a stage, it does come up in conversations and should get addressed. But I think there's an opportunity for Joe Biden to bring all of that together.
What does the early polling tell you? We just saw over the weekend Biden has a slight lead in Iowa and New Hampshire, but another early voting state in South Carolina, massive lead.
Look, he has signs of life, certainly. He's still in the driver's seat, but there's others that are gaining on him. As we saw, Pete Buttigieg raised a massive amount of money, more than Joe Biden, more than Bernie Sanders. Kamala obviously bested him in a debate. There's a debate next week. He cannot turn in another performance like he did in the past. And Basil, I think Joe Biden famously mocked Rudy Giuliani in 2008. He said everything that comes out of Rudy's mouth is a noun, a verb, and 9/11. I think he runs the risk of having a noun, a verb, and Barack Obama in everything he says.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes.
Yeah. Basil. Let me write down. I need to remember this guy, Basil, so I can follow him on Twitter and ask him, what are you smoking, Basil? What's going on, bro? I don't know the other guy. It looks a little bit like H.A. Goodman. No, or either Fern Cousins. He's neither, though. Okay, so check this out, man. Look, Obama, Joe Biden, he said that Joe Biden's doing well. He's doing well in South Carolina because he's how would he do it? He's owning his relationship with Obama. That's what you call it? Owning his relationship with Obama. Yeah. No, what he's doing is he's utilizing that relationship in order to try to, extract votes. It's not owning this relationship. You got to own it, man. So I got a problem with that. I think you could have just been a straight shooter about it and just admit it. That to a lot of black voters who see Obama fondly, who for some reason don't equate the downturn, this cup. For a lot of black voters, let me say that again. For a lot of black voters who do not see the predicament that the black community is in, they don't somehow give Obama any responsibility for that at all, right? For some reason they see it fondly. They look fondly upon it. And I get it because he was the first black president, but what does that really have to do with Joe Biden? I'm not really sure, other than he gave Joe Biden a job so he could win over some white voters who probably wouldn't have voted for him. I don't know. But we don't need to rewrite history in order to try to squeeze Biden through the door of acceptability, do we? Because that appears what we're doing. He also goes on to say that very educated black voters who are also activists are going to be very supportive of Biden. I don't understand how that could happen. How would first of all, educated people would not be very supportive of Biden because they're educated. That would be the opposite of being supportive of Biden, right? That's what I would think.
Basil, Joe Biden is going to be at the convention. We know what a massive lead he has among African American voters. Do you see that support going anywhere?
Not anytime soon. He did very well after.
Yeah, so Basil goes on to say that I'm calling this guy his first name like I know him. The man said that Biden's going to do well. Biden's doing well because educated voters. No, educated voters would not be supportive of Biden. Educated voters would know about Biden's record and be like, why do we like him to begin with? Then they would realize they didn't really like him. They didn't really know anything about him. That's what they would realize. An educated customer would be his worst customer. Was it? An educated shopper would be their worst customer. Yeah, exactly. Would be Biden's worst enemy. Would be someone educated to know. And then if you look at the track record of Joe Biden, whenever he starts talking, that's what he does in the polls. Not just this time, anytime he's ran. He has never won a single primary, never even came in second in any primary. He's ran for president twice. These things are important to know. Why suddenly people think he can beat Donald Trump, I have no idea. He couldn't even win a primary against other Democrats. But now he can beat Donald Trump with a favorability with Republicans of like 80%. I think it's 84% with Republicans. Do you realize that? Okay, just checking. And another thing, and then this to me was crazy, that home ownership is down in the black community. Why no one wants to blame the Democrats for that? Instead, what Basil says is that people pissed at Bernie for attacking Democrats. Well, if you say that the black home ownership is down, and we just had 8 years of a black president in the Democratic Party, why would you say they don't like Bernie because he calls it out? Shouldn't the party that you give your vote to be held accountable for policy not being acted that would actually change your situation fundamentally? I mean, isn't that why you vote for a party or person in the party? I mean, he says that Bernie attacks the Dems, and when you attack the Democratic Party, you're attacking Shirley Chisholm. You're attacking these people that are revered in the black community. No, you're attacking Shirley Chisholm if you say, hey, Shirley Chisholm. But if you attack the Democratic Party, that's a thing. That's an institution. That's not an individual. I don't think that people sit around going, if you call out the Democrats, you're calling out individual people. I don't think you are. I don't think Bernie does. I think Bernie is pretty clear about who he's calling out and what he's calling out. He's calling out corruption. He's calling out nihilism, neoliberalism, these people that want to privatize everything, as if the market will just work it all out. Well, it ain't been working out for us. When I say us, I mean us people who don't have liquid millions of dollars in the bank. You know, the other 99%. So my point is, if black home ownership is down, which I'm sure it is, did it just start under Trump, or has it been going down for quite some time? I think it's been down since the Great Recession of 2008, 2007, 2008. That's where I think it started. So why shouldn't people be held accountable for it? Why shouldn't the Democratic Party have to do something to earn the vote of black voters? Look, all of this spinning, all of this moonwalking and hang gliding and flossing or whatever you're doing, that's not going to change reality. Reality is the Democratic Party needs to make a commitment to the black community to do something about these issues and not just give us lip service. And if you don't expect to vote. And when you got a candidate like Bernie Sanders that's talking real policy that can make changes, we need to strongly consider it. I like the last guy. I like the last guy's comment about Biden. He said, Biden was really a slick talker when it came to Giuliani. And believe me, I don't like Giuliani, and I agree with Biden. Every word out of Giuliani's mouth, 9/11, 9/11, patriotism, war, law enforcement, 9/11, 9/11. You could set your watch to when he was going to say it. But it's become a point, as to the first commentator's point about Biden, where all Biden's doing is going, Barack Obama, my friend Obama, my friend, my buddy Barack, my pal Barack. I'll be surprised in the new debate if Biden's open statement isn't Obama, I love Obama. What time is it, Biden? My friend Barack. What day is it? What day is it, Joe? Obama for 200, please. What are you going to do about health care, Biden? Me and Barack gonna go fishing. Everything's Barack for Joe Biden. Everything's Barack. It's not good. All right. Guys, that's all I got. I hope you become a member of the show. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't. I don't know what's wrong with you. Look, I'm different. We have a different kind of show. We call it out. We call it as we see it. We cover various topics. Become a part of it. We need your viewership. Please share it with other people. Let them know there's somebody on the left who has a backbone. Okay? So this is the most watched black media on the left. You're going to find, now don't get me wrong, I like the Black Agenda Report. This is different what I do. I don't think they do a live show like this. Glenn Ford, shout out to Glenn Ford. Join this show, become a part of it, and shout out to my great, diverse, cool Wolfpack people. My people hold it down. Now, I want to go to the comment section and also my super chat people who gave to the show while the show was going on, man. We got to go shout out those people, so hang tight with us while we go take a look and see what's going on. There it is. Hey, Maz, what's going on, my friend? Hey, Maz said, I make Mondays worth Mondaying. Thank you, Maz. I appreciate it. I just try to make sure we keep it moving and we cover these topics. Lauren Brillante. Kamala is a two-face, and Bernie and Tusli can beat Trump. It will be a tough fight. We will need everyone. Yeah, I think I do not underestimate Donald Trump. Donald Trump was willing to do anything to win. I remember, look, I never was a big supporter of John McCain. I never was these people going, "What a maverick!" No, that's not that's not how I saw John McCain. But I remember a time John McCain was at a rally, and it was a lady who was calling Obama a Muslim and some other stuff. And I remember John McCain correcting the lady and saying, "Hey, no. Took the mic from her like, crazy lady. No. Barack Obama, he's a citizen. He's a Christian. He's a good man. He's just someone that happen to have different opinions, different ideas. He's a good man." Now, contrast that with Trump. These people talking about, get out the country, get her out. He just sat there glowing like, that's my people. Listen to him try to tell those Congress people who were elected to get out. Yeah, it's been about 13 seconds. All right, I can talk now. It's just not respectful. Giovanni, Article 4. Article 6? What is that? Section 2, U.S. Constitution, Article, goodness gracious, protocols on the treatment of refugees. Oh, how you treat refugees. That's kind of important. So it's illegal to treat them this way? Someone was asking, are these people considered refugees? See, Isn't that what we are here to determine? So if you treat people as if they are criminals before you determine if they are seeking asylum legitimately, you're violating that act. Is that what you're saying, Giovanna? Are we going to assume that people are asylum seekers before we assume that they're criminals? I think we should make that assumption. Platypus says, thanks for the show. Man, thank you for contributing to the show. Thank you for keeping the lights on. I appreciate you. And believe me, it's a lot of lights going on right now. All right? What's up? Joseph Derbelich says, keep speaking the truth. Thank you, Joseph. What's up, Buck? Buck says, that fire you are lighting, Tim, is why I donate. I challenge other listeners to match my super chat. Hey, Buck, man, thank you, Buck, for keeping it rolling, my friend. Buck, long-time listener, man, always helps out. I appreciate you. And Lepa, do you and Harbasser still get along? I don't. We're diametrically opposed on many issues, but I'm sure he's a good person. I haven't talked to him in a year. Yeah, ever since, my association with H.A. Goodman ended, so did my association with many people that are to the right of me. Yeah. So anyway, but I wish no one no ill will. We just have a difference of opinion. Both are probably good people. Right? That's it, man. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to find me, Real Tim Black on Facebook, Real Tim Black on YouTube. No, Real Tim Black on Twitter, on the Twitters. Chris, let me scroll down here on Facebook real quick. George Scheller, great show. Thanks. Well, thank you, George, man. I appreciate you. Ginger Liberty's in the house. What's up, Ginger? How you doing? Dolores Pierce, thank you. And the whole crew, man, thank you guys for being here once again. I'll see you tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget to become a member. And send me, if you've given $5, or if you give $5, if you've been given $5, please send me your address so I can send these bumper stickers and stuff. Man, look, I didn't order bumper stickers. I got to have people to send them to. It's a physical thing. I can't, so I got to send them. Or it's a waste of money. And don't have me waste money. Send me, email me at tim@timblacktv.com so I can send you a gift. Okay? All right. Come on now. I love y'all. I'll see y'all soon, all right? Peace.